Well, hello, everyone. Commissioner Jeannie McQueenie here. I'm here today with Carrie Benway, the director of the Eagle Valley Hope Center. And thought maybe you could take an opportunity to tell us a little bit about the Hope Center and how it is responding to this coronavirus crisis we're experiencing.
Thanks, Jeannie. Thanks so much for inviting me to join you this morning during this unprecedented time in our community. I continue to be grateful for our community partners, and through our collaborative efforts, we are able to continue serving our community members during this time. The Eagle Hope Center has two signature programs. The first is we respond 24/7 to the Eagle Hope Line. That number is 970-306-4673. For any community member who's experiencing an emotional crisis, they can reach out to this telephone number. We respond and we're able to connect. Our primary response right now is to try to connect via telehealth, but we are able to appear on scene when necessary to best serve our community members. And through this reach out for help, reaching out for hope, reaching out to feel connected, our crisis team is able to connect this community member with resources or a safety plan, whatever we need to do to keep this community member connected and safe. And in 2019, believe it or not, 9 out of 10 times when someone called the Eagle Hope Line, they were not transported to Vail Health via ambulance. Our goal is to keep the community member at home, but also to keep them safe. And most importantly, to let everyone know that you are not alone during this time. And if you're feeling anxious, depressed, and you need that extra support, our mobile crisis co-response team, they are licensed professionals and they are ready to serve our community. And we work with law enforcement and our Eagle County paramedics and community paramedics, and other key partners with us are Vail Health, Eagle Valley Behavioral Health, and then of course, Eagle County Schools. So I wanted to take a moment and tell you about our school-based program. So the Eagle Hope Center team has 11 professional therapists who are typically in school buildings every day connecting with students. And people may be wondering, what happens now that students are all online and remote? Well, I am extremely grateful for our school-based team. Their professionalism and their relationships with the students have allowed them to connect with them in their home environment. They are providing counseling every day of the week with students via telehealth. And some of our clinicians have actually taken it up a notch, and they are providing groups via Zoom. And they're saying that these teenagers feel this sense of connection to see their classmates on the screen with them and to be able to talk about topics that we're all experiencing now: anxiety, isolation. How do we cope with this stress? And these groups are turning out to be a really effective platform to keep students feeling connected. And the other thing that the school-based team is doing right now is every week they are dialing into the meetings that are taking place between school administration and counselors. And what they're doing every week is they're going through a list of students saying, who's connected with this student? Who's connected? Who are we missing? And then what's happening is our Hope Center school-based clinicians are actually connecting with students that they may not have connected yet with during the school year. And that's great. But again, it's this word collaboration. It's not us doing anything by ourselves. It's us as a community coming together during an unprecedented time to say, how can we best support? And this week, we're actually, two of our school-based supervisors are going to be hosting Facebook Live sessions for parents. Tomorrow at 12:30 is going to be Dr. Teresa Haynes, and she's going to be doing questions and answers for parents. And then on Thursday at 5:30, Erica Donica, who's a licensed clinical social worker, is going to be hosting another session for parents, just to be able to Facebook Live, participate, have their questions answered, and be able to talk again as a community about what issues people are facing today. And then Teresa Haynes is actually going to start a grief support group next week, April 14th. At 5:30, and this is going to be an 8-week program. People are experiencing all different sorts of grief right now. our high school seniors, who aren't going to be able to have their typical graduations and proms, but then people who are facing unemployment and a variety of issues that do culminate in feeling grief for that loss. So we're just here to help. We're here to extend that hand of hope. And we are grateful for all of us working together to keep our community safe. Safety is our part, keeping people safe, keeping them connected, and most importantly, knowing that they're not alone.
So it's amazing all of the things that the Hope Center is able to pull together for this community in this time. But it's amazing when you put that on top of the fact that the Hope Center in the Eagle River Valley has not been here all that long. That the funding,
true. That is true.
Right? The yes. Funding started sometime after 2016 when we passed the tax on marijuana, and the folks wanted it to go to mental health, and we were able to, in partnership, as you said, it's all about the collaboration. We are able to do a lot of additional services. But when you talk about how connected the school counselors are, they've only been in the schools in the degree and the numbers that they have in the past couple of years. It's just fabulous that you guys are there to offer the support and to keep the support going.
Absolutely. And whenever I list community partners, I'm like, who did I forget? And of course, I didn't mention Eagle County and the Total Health Alliance. And you all are the reason that we were able to open our doors in October of 2018. Thank you very much. And the Aspen Hope Center is actually celebrating 10 years of serving their community this year. And we opened our doors in October of 2018 and have grown quickly. And so we are working closely as a team to make sure that we are all staying aligned and have our priorities during this time. We connect every day via Zoom, which is, we practice our social distancing, but it's also important for our team, our first responders, to feel connected and supported.
But could you imagine where we would be as a community trying to navigate our way through this crisis without something like the Hope Center? If we didn't have it already and we were able to, keep it going, where would we be? What state would people be in without the hope of somebody, answering a phone call and connecting them to services? So we are so appreciative of all of that, what you're able to do. And do you have any final thoughts, message for folks in terms of how they're feeling through this crisis and what help is out there?
Yes, I do, actually. I realize that when I talk about the school-based program, our school-based clinicians are working the typical school day hours, 9 until 4, 9 until 5. But if there is a student experiencing an emotional crisis after the school day, our 24/7 Hope line is always available. And we are encouraging students to reach out at night. Our mobile crisis response team is available. Again, that number is 970-306-4673. And anyone can reach out any time of day or night, and we are here to extend the hand of hope. So thank you so much for letting me share today.
I think that's the most important message we want people to hear. There are people that they can reach out to. They need to know there is a safety net out there for them, and that somebody will answer their call and help them through this crisis. So thank you so much for all that you're doing, and please pass along our appreciation to all of your staff and team members. We couldn't do this without you, and we're so grateful to have you in our community.
Thank you so much, Jeannie.